Hello, it's your Professor Akira, and before we start this video, let me give you my definition of what is a fursuit before we continue. It'll make sense once we get through this video. A fursuit to me is an expression of the self. There is no definitive, this is a fursuit. There never has nor ever will be a definitive, that's a fursuit and this is not. There is absolutely zero reason to ever look at someone who claims what they have as a fursuit and tell them that is not a fursuit. With that in mind, let's talk about one of the best topics I like to discuss around this time of year, and that is the Spirit Halloween furry masks. Oh boy. I've seen so much talk of this particular topic since Spirit Halloween started putting these out. And I'm going to give you my full and honest opinion, because hearing the shit of this every year just gets more and more frustrating. So we're going to talk about that. So in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, Spirit Halloween a couple years back started selling what is supposed to be furry masks. They're very generic, very not so exciting masks that kind of resemble the standard fursuit head. Oh boy, when those came out, people were pissed. And we're going to talk about why I think them being pissed is absolute bullshit. So I should say, before I start really getting to this video, I think those are great. People are going to be like, oh, this and that. Oh, we're going to get to a lot of stuff here. So we're going to unpack one thing at a time. These masks obviously are not made by fursuiters. They're mass produced. But the biggest thing that I think is fantastic about them is it allows the individual who can't afford a full-blown fursuit to at least get a chance to have their own fursuit. Oh, but Akira, that's going to take business away from the fursuiters if those people are going to come around and buy these $60 masks. Shut the fuck up. That is the most aggravating argument I always hear about this fucking topic. Oh, it's going to take away the business of fursuit makers. No, the fuck it's not. And here's why. The average person does not make enough money to purchase a fursuit. I have not seen fursuits anymore for any less, and I'm talking like brand new full suit, for any less than $8,000. The average person does not just have $8,000 up their ass. These masks allow the average person who can it is much easier to gather up $60. I don't know how much they are anymore. They were $60 a couple years ago. They may have gone up, but still not my point. Not the point here. Not the point. It's easier to save up that $60 and go to Spirit Halloween, grab one of these masks, than it is to try to save up $8,000 and God only knows how long you're going to wait for that fursuit. We're going to get to that topic in a different video, just saying. So saying that, oh, this takes away the business from fursuit makers. No, the fuck it does not. Because that person was never going to commission a fursuit maker to begin with because they couldn't afford it. You can't sit there and say it's taking away business that was never going to happen in the first place. It's absolute bullshit. Now, the next thing that pisses me off is when people are like, well, that's not a fursuit. Remember how I started this video? See, it was going to get there eventually. Fursuits vary in all shapes and sizes. This is obviously a fursuit. That head, that mask, that little tail that they have over at Spirit Halloween, that's a fursuit. Fight me on all you want. That's a fursuit. If that piece of material is allowing the individual to express themselves, it's a fursuit. Because to me, what a fursuit is just a simple expression of the self. But to sit there and shame these people and not include them in the fandom because they bought something that they found affordable and could easily obtain over this ridiculously overpriced, mass-produced, ugly fursuit, you're the problem. Which brings me to my next point. These kind of fit in the same category as like dino masks. But I do want to say, I have seen top-notch creativity come from the individuals that buy these kinds of masks. They go above and beyond to make them as unique as possible. And to me, that makes those objects more of a fursuit than this fursuit or any fursuit. Because that individual spent their hard-earned money that maybe it took a while to get to make this fursuit to be as special as possible, to express themselves. So to sit there and shame them for doing what they could with the money that they had. We forget along the lines of existence here that fursuits are luxury items. Not everyone can afford them. So if there's a cheaper option, let people take the cheaper fucking option. Fursuits are extremely overpriced nowadays. Again, we're going to get to another video about that. So let these people have their fucking fun. They are not taking the business away from you because they were never going to commission you in the first place. They were never even considering you to make them a fursuit because they can't afford it. Let people find affordable options that suit them. The whole point of the furry fandom is to be inclusive and accepting of everyone. And if we're going to sit here and try to say that's a fursuit, that's not a fursuit, then what the fuck is the point? Am I wrong here? I don't think so. So go ahead, hate me for saying it, but I think the Spirit Halloween masks are fantastic. They're an affordable option for those who are never going to be able to afford a fursuit to begin with, and it allows for the most intense amounts of creativity possible. Just saying.